We're here in Central Park about to head over to 1 Madison Avenue so we can do our coverage on SLG Properties, who owns some of the most iconic real estate in the world. So is commercial real estate really dead? Let's find out. This is the point in the video where cool music comes on and someone's walking fast to the properties, probably with some cool edits, but that takes a lot of time and energy, and that's not worth the money on this channel. YouTube views don't make you any money. I'd rather let my numbers speak for themselves. So we earn over 100,000 per year in dividends, as you can see at this channel, and that number has increased since YieldMax increased its dividends. We're also up 7,000 for the day, or 1.04%. The day's gains or losses doesn't matter. It's just index correlation. How are the indexes doing? Dow's up 0.5, the Nasdaq's up 1%, and the S&P is up 6%, 0.6%. So we're beating the Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow Jones all on a daily basis. How about on a year-to-date basis? And again, this is all that matters. You performing in line with the markets or beating them. On a year-to-date basis, we're up 29%. The Dow Jones is up 2, the S&P is up 11, and the Nasdaq's up 24%. So we're beating the Nasdaq hand over fist now because we've been buying a bunch of growth names, as you know, in our past videos. We're even now going back towards value so that we can achieve proper balance with Schwab D and things like that. You've seen that day trade I put on for Schwab D. That's one way I'm getting back to value and getting balance in the portfolio. So let's just look on down the line. Where's the performance coming from before I get into my SLG findings? We'll see. Once again, it's Cornerstone. I know I'm boring some subscribers because this is all I ever say, but does money get boring? 2,200, 2,300. It's about, between 4,000 and 5,000 for the day in Cornerstone alone. Does that get boring? I don't know. Not to me, but the energy in my voice is sapped because a lot of people are now buying my e-guides, and I'm talking to people all over the world now on the phone for a little bit too long, and that's where my energy has gone. It's just I have none. And I've also been trying to film these SLG properties, so I am just dead of the world right now. But I have 400 grand in Cornerstone, and the reason why it's such a good fund for me is because look at the market price, $8 and roughly $8 there. But look at where I get my dividends dripped at. They drip down at the NAV, which is $6, $6.49, $6.79. So these give you automatic gains of 20%, like you can see here, 21%, 649 here, 27%. So this is on a monthly basis. Cornerstone, it takes its dividends, it's 21% dividend, recompounds it back at the NAV for you, so you get that extra yield per month, and you get those gains like you just saw, those capital gains, plus you get daily gains because the Cornerstone funds mirror the indexes. CLM mirrors the S&P, the CRF is the Nasdaq. So we're up on a daily basis as well in Cornerstone, and that's why it's such a powerful mover for us. That's where we're getting a lot of our performance from. If you need help playing Cornerstone, email me for my e-guides at akintodd48@gmail.com. You have to play it right because it has a rights offering every year that drops the stock. A lot of people complain, why do I own this stock? Because it beat the S&P over the last 10 years. See my past videos on Cornerstone. And it looks bad on a chart, but you just have to know how to play it. It's 4 stars for a reason. So if you're interested, email me for my e-guides, and I'm going to raise prices, as you know, because I can't sustain this level of energy anymore. 100 per guide, and it's going to be probably 200 or 300 for all 4 guides, and then my number will be a separate 100. I'm no longer including my number as part of the deal because I cannot keep this up. Some of the numbers are even long distance, and I'm using WhatsApp, but still, I can't keep this up. My number will be 100 per hour, and I'm not going to look at the clock, okay? Most people on YouTube I've heard charge way more than that. So I'm going to charge 100 per hour. And again, you can ask all of my paying subscribers. I'll talk to you till I'm blue in the face. I love this stuff. I live and breathe it. So, but I still believe that I should be paid for that time because that's where most of my energy has gone. It's from these phone calls. So going down the line, before we get to our SLG findings, you'll see growth had another strong day. BST up 1.78. We have the YieldMax funds, aptly, TSLY up 1%, TQQ and the Fangus up 5 and 3%. We've been adding to that, as you know, to get more performance with the Nasdaq, which we're now beating. Schwab D, we're up on our day trade. It's a swing trade, but we day trade it daily for our entry points there. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on Schwab. And so it's not really a day trade. It's just that I'm going to sell it when it gets back to the highs. And that's something that I don't do with most of my income funds, because you don't want to lose the income, nor do you want to lose the qualifying income it provides to banks. Uh, you don't want to lose your payment history, because that's like credit to the banks. And so you don't want to have interruptions in your income. That's how I really get ahead, is I use my dividends for loans and for, mortgages and cars. I just bought a car, and I'm going to do a video on that soon when I come back to Houston, because my car arrived, and I'll show you that I earned it all from qualifying dividends, not from the money I earn in the market, because they don't accept days gains or daily day trading gains. They only accept pay stubs or dividends. So going down the line again, strong movements from growth here. And now you'll see SDK also, we just did a video on that today, up 2% almost. So that's strong. So SLG, here we are, 1%. It was up. I bought down 2% today, but why didn't I buy more? I was pleased with my findings here at SLG. And again, I have that left in the outro if you stay tuned for that. But the reason why I don't buy more SLG is because it's 75% maintenance. Not the expense ratio. This isn't even a fund that would have an expense ratio. It's maintenance. And that means that for every $1,000 I put into SLG, it takes up 750 of my equity. And that's a problem when you're running margin. Okay. I use margin, not only Cornerstone, see 75%. Not only do I use Cornerstone to get more growth out of my account, and I use those other growth funds to get more performance, which especially helped me catch up to the NASDAQ. But I use margin here to get my real performance. And so that's the secret of a brokerage account. For every $1 you get, they give you $4 automatically. It's automatically granted to you in a brokerage account. And I just use a portion of that to get extra income per month. And then my dividends pay back the debt at the end of 3 years. See, if I earn $100,000 per year in dividends, and my debt is $270,000, then in less than 3 years, the debt is gone. My account will jump to $704,000. I'll have zero debt. And then all of these dividend paying assets will be mine, free and clear, paying me cash flow monthly for a lifetime. So if you need help playing margin and learning how to navigate a brokerage account with margin and getting ahead with margin loans, email me at aikentod48@gmail.com for those e-guides, which again are going to be going up very soon in price. They're all 50 for each guide, but they're going to be 100 per guide when the rights offering for Cornerstone begins, because that's when everyone's going to start asking for my services when this fund drops, because the Cornerstone rights offering comes. Believe me, it will drop the stock significantly, and then everyone's going to be run around like chickens with their heads cut off, asking me for my advice, which they already do on Cornerstone. And so imagine when the when the rights offering begins. So that's where I'm going to up my prices to 100 per each e-guide, and then my phone number will be a separate charge of $100. So let's now get into SLG. I just showed you a little bit there, but look, I'm going to show you the properties here, just a few of the properties. Look, I went to the properties, but what can I say? I can knock on the walls, I can go in there, I can see people, but what can you really glean from that? All I can tell you is what the financials say. 1 Madison Avenue, 0 availabilities. 1 Vanderbilt Avenue, 0 availabilities. Yes, 10 East 53rd, 3 availabilities. And if you go on down the line, you'll see that there are more properties of SLGs that has more availability. So it's a mixed bag there. Some have no availabilities, and some have a few. 14 here, Avenue of Americas has 14. Broadway, 0 availabilities. So, but overall, I was looking at the condition of the buildings and the activity around them, and some there's 0 activity. There's just a security guard and you can't get in there. But the lighting was nice. The maintenance around the building was nice. There was either scaffolding and construction, or there was just very well maintained properties that I saw. No homeless people were around it. It just looked everything looked to be in good order. So I was pleased with what I found with these properties from SLG. And so I'm going to now segue to the outro of the video, which is, my conclusion with SLG. I don't have the editing software. Again, I could have a B-roll here and some cool little segue for you, but that's not worth the time and energy. So stick with me while I show you, while I close out this video with my SLG findings. Okay, we're here in Madison Square Park, right outside the 1 Madison Avenue building. As you can see, that iconic clock tower there is under construction. I'm seeing a lot of activity for all the skyscrapers here in New York. A lot of construction, a lot of scaffolding, a lot of these tiny skyscrapers being built up. So I don't know what to glean from this. I went inside and there was a giant party going on in the lobby. So to me, that shows there's a lot of strong activity, but I can't tell for sure. I'm not going to go to all the properties because I don't have the time to do that. So I'm just going to keep SLG as a 3% weighting in my portfolio because that's what real estate is in the S&P. It's a small percentage of the S&P, so I'm going to continue to do that. So I'm going to buy. I'm adding 400 here of SLG. Let me know what you think. Is SLG a buy? Leave comments in the section below, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.